Hi, thanks for watching my video. I decided to build something a little bit different today, mainly by using the basement, which I never use. Whenever I do speed builds or any kind of build, even if I'm not making a video for it, I hardly ever use basements just because I just can't be arsed, you know. I prefer to stay away from big houses anyway. I prefer small houses in general. And so, like, whenever I build houses normally, I would just build them from the ground up rather than having having to work on underground as well. But this time I decided I would build like a teeny tiny house on top and then have pretty much most of the living space underground. I called it a Hobbit house, but I kind of, as I was making it, I didn't really know who it was aimed at, you know, like there were parts where I was finishing it where I kind of thought, oh, maybe this would be somewhere that a fairy would live. Of course, we don't have fairies in the game, but, you know, if we pretend. But then there are some quite, like, magical aspects of it as well. So I kind of wasn't really sure who it was aimed at, and I sort of came to the conclusion that I imagined it to be the home of like a female Hagrid. So that's the person that lives in this house. Haven't created them yet, but I'm sure I will. But yeah, I kind of tried to go for like a mystical forest kind of look. So it wasn't so in sight to Sims just walking down the street. I wanted it to kind of be hidden away, and I imagined it would be the kind of place where the type of Sim that would live here would be quite into their privacy, like they're not really one to, you know, stand out, or, you know, they just want to live a peaceful life. They don't want to be disturbed. They don't want like knock on the door salesman coming by, you know. They definitely are not up for the welcome wagon party. They just want to be left alone. That's the vibe with the Sim that lives in this house, basically. But I'm not really going to talk too much about it unless there's a point in the video where I should, just because, you know, you can see what I'm doing, you know what I'm doing. So I thought I'd talk about something else instead. I've been thinking about, I haven't started yet, but I'm thinking about starting a new Let's Play, because I like to always try and have one on the go, you know. So I've been trying to think about a new one, and I was kind of thinking about doing something with Discover University, because I didn't really play with it that much when I first got it. Truthfully, I've only really played as like 2 Sims throughout school, so I have a few ideas that I'm really excited about that I think will be quite funny. And also a few of the ideas I have for this Let's Play I'm excited about because it's not a female lead. I did one Let's Play before as a man, but it wasn't really that, he didn't really have much of an in-depth character. You know, he just went around getting loads of Sims pregnant, whereas this time is different. This time it's going to be like a male lead character, but he actually has, you know, a bit about him. He's got a personality, a very funny one, so I'm really excited about starting to record that. I'm going to hopefully record the first episode soon, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. But other than that, I've not really been up to much. I've been watching a lot of Dance Moms lately. I know I'm late to the party. I never thought to watch it because I just didn't think it would be my thing, and I'm ashamed to say it is. I mean, the show itself, utter garbage, complete trash TV, but I like to have trash TV, you know, especially if I'm doing like a build or if I'm editing videos. I just can't do it if I don't have something else going on, so I always like to, like, on one screen I'll do my editing, and then on the other I'll have some kind of TV show on. So for me that TV show is Dance Moms. But it's kind of funny because the instructor, Abby, she's definitely portrayed as, you know, an utter arsehole. But I kind of feel like a warming to her, and I think it's because she is an American version of one of my previous bosses. And I'm not even exaggerating. My previous boss is pretty much exactly like Abby, like in every single way. She was the type of person who would try and like teach you a lesson the hard way. I remember once I had someone coming in for an interview, and I had like come into the office and I'd given myself 20 minutes to like print out interview questions and all that. Well, my boss didn't think 20 minutes was long enough, so she decided to come up to me and tell me that I had to urgently send over some documents to one of the companies that we work with. And I was like, I don't have time, I have an interview. And she was like, well, I guess you should have thought about that. So I had to like frantically do the task she'd asked me to do, which meant that I was late to give the interview. And then I later found out that the files didn't actually need to be sent. They hadn't been asked for. She had just asked me to do them just to teach me a lesson. And it was just a shitty thing to do. You know, the person who was getting the interview, it wasn't really fair on them because, you know, I was quite flustered from having to rush around and stuff. So, but that's just an example that, you know, she would go out of her way to punish you to prove a point, you know, to teach you a lesson the hard way. That was very much her way of managing people. And it was the roller coaster of emotions, constant tug of war. But the thing is, like, you can hear that and hear someone that is a bit like that dance instructor, and most people will probably think, oh my god, like, such an asshole. But actually, I learned a lot about myself, and I kind of feel like I'm the type of person that needs someone like that. Like, I need someone to be like really critical of me all the time, because that's just what works for me. Like, I think even if I had my own business or something, I would probably have to hire someone to manage me that way, because that's what motivates me. And everyone's motivated differently, but just got me thinking about that because I've been watching so much Dance Moms, and I kind of thought, you know, if ever I started a business, or if I ever wanted to actually do anything for myself, I probably would want someone like Abby to oversee and just bully me into, you know, trying to be successful. So back to the build slightly, you probably will notice that I ended up using quite a lot of custom content in this build. I didn't really intend to, but it just kind of happened. I just kind of, they were there and I couldn't say no. But so I will put this on the gallery if for whatever reason you do want this build. There will be some stuff missing, however most of it is from the Pufferhead stuff pack. So if you have that installed, then you should be able to see most of the things. I'm sure there are some bits that aren't just exclusive to that pack as well, but the floating candles above the desk are from the Rustic Wedding stuff pack. So again, if you want everything, then you could find it there. I mean, that's one of the handy things, is that I didn't download this stuff as individual pieces. They're all from like fan-made packs, so they're pretty easy to get your hands on. So if you do want it to look exactly the same, then I would recommend just going and getting the Rustic Wedding pack, which is a great pack anyway, and the Pufferhead stuff pack, which is another great pack. So yeah, pretty easy to get your hands on if you do want it to look exactly the same. It'll be on the gallery. My gallery ID is in my banner art. But yeah. But anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. So I'm just going to end this one here. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.